Welcome to the third, probably final video on this particular project, because you don't need to see me adding thousands of layers and layers of latex to these skulls. So we did them last night. We put on 2 coats yesterday. You can see that the latex has changed colour. Okay, so with the exception of here in the nose where it's kind of it's still a little bit thick. I'm just checking that hasn't delaminated, that's fine. They're certainly ready for another coat. Now, last night there was 3. Today there's 2. Here's what's happened. That skull was painted in some sort of a fairly shiny paint, and what's happened is that the latex is delaminated away from it, which is I was afraid of happening. And you can see right here, you see the way it's squashy like that. It means that the latex hasn't stuck, so therefore the shape is spoiled. Here at the teeth, which is actually going to be more of a problem if that happens. You can see the latex is pulled away. So basically, I can't make a mold with that skull at the moment. It's a pity, but already you can see the latex starting to come away. It's sticking okay to this bit, but I can't use it. So sorry about that skull mold. So what am I going to do? Well, I have the latex out, so I'm going to get another coat onto these. It's the second part of latex. Just going to paint up the flange. So we can start to move a bit quicker on these now, because the first coat was down. The first 2 coats were down on the skulls, and they stayed on 2 of them anyway. So these 2 should be okay. I'm gonna put it on thick. Into the details, into the undercuts. Very important. If you forget once, you'll forget 20 times. Into the nose there. Into the eye sockets. Okay. And the flange. Maybe that flange could be a bit bigger. Into the back of our skull. And it's important as well where the skull meets the base. That has to be thick. The latex has to go on there thick, because that's supporting the shape when you add your concrete or your plaster or whatever it is that you're doing. But it's a strength bearing, load bearing part of the mold. Okay, so that's that. Move on to the next one. I have so much stuff to do today. I have the day off work. I have this to do. I have to pour some concrete lines in the workshop, and I'm going to be pouring as many green men as I can, even though they're not setting too well. The weather here in Ireland is just about 5-6 degrees, and it's forecast to get quite cold. So the concrete will set, but it will take a while. It'll take longer than usual. But rather than just give up and say, oh, well, the weather isn't good, I'm just going to do it anyway. And I'm just going to leave it there in the moulds that much longer until it does set, because the weather obviously will improve. So that's the way it is. No point having moulds sitting around with nothing happening in them. And I have some I have a table in a castle here locally where I sell some stuff, and I have to replenish my stock over there. Now it's a slow sell. I don't sell very quickly, not at this time of the year in particular where there's not a lot of tourists. However, it's getting the name out there as well. My branding is all over it, and it's better to have them sitting on a shelf where somebody could buy them than sitting here at home on a shelf where nobody can buy them. So that's enough pontificating. I've had a few of these videos up now, and there's nobody really is commenting at all. It's not good for my algorithm. It's even if you're just saying, will you hold that camera still, you're shaking like I don't know what. Please, I just need some feedback a little bit. Not just for the algorithm, but for myself, because I'm making these videos hopefully for a bit of entertainment and to show people maybe if they're interested in how to do things like this, how to make molds. So just a bit of feedback or some thumbs up or like and subscribe, something like that. I'm not looking to get monetized. I'm never going to be a hugely rich YouTuber, but just to get the impression that that people are paying some sort of attention to this, and we can all learn from each other. Okay, so that's the two skulls. Now what I'm going to do next, I think, is I have this. Now this is a bog oak carving of the Virgin Mary holding a child. I got this, I think, in a charity shop a couple of years ago, and I've had it in the car ever since. Now, I'm not particularly religious in any way, but these are nice images, and I'm going to make a mold out of this. So I'm going to give that the same treatment as the skull. Now it will be treated differently in that that'll be a flat mold. It probably won't require a support shell or anything like that because it's not very deep. It's only 2 centimeters at the thickest part. There's not a whole lot of detail on it, but there may be people interested in buying it. And yeah, I mean, in Ireland here, especially the Virgin and Child is a very important. It certainly used to be a very popular symbolism. Not so much nowadays, but there are people who believe, and let them believe what they like. And if I'm not a particular believer in religion, but if it gives people comfort, then why not? Not doing any harm. And I think everybody has their own idea of a being that looks after them. I mean, I heard the joke once that there's no atheist on a sinking ship. So that's my my thought of the day, if anybody cares. So okay, same with the as with the skulls. It's just going to get one coat. Actually, well, this mold is going to be very easy, and it won't require a whole lot because it's not going to take a whole lot of material to fill. I have to be careful there that these parts here don't pool, and then the latex will start to bubble away. That is a possibility with this because it's a shiny material. Okay, so that's that. We'll leave that for the moment. There's our skulls. Latex coat number 3. Okay, bye bye.